Hello, everyone. Sorry for the late start. We were having some technical issues with Demio, but thank you for joining us. I see that we have 26 attendees. I'm going to start off with a poll just to see what area of tech you guys are all interested in. So on the right, you should see polls next to the chat, and you can put in your answers there. I'll wait until we get 26 answers. And yeah, just to see a little bit about your backgrounds. All right. I see web development is winning. We have a couple of UX designers, some cybersecurity. Okay, some data science people coming in. Great. 16. All right. I'll let you guys keep answering that, but since we are running late, we started late, I'll start off. So thank you for joining us. I'm Bernarda from CodeLabs Academy, and this is a workshop to create or upgrade your LinkedIn profile. So to start, I'll introduce myself. My name is Bernarda. I'm the Career Services Specialist here at CodeLabs Academy. And I have a background in organizational psychology. So that is kind of like human resources. And so for CodeLabs Career Services, I try to use evidence-based career management practices, and I help our students prepare for getting their careers in tech started after they graduate from our boot camps. We do a lot of one-to-one services, sessions with me, and workshops like this to help prepare everyone. So a bit about CodeLabs. Who are we? We're a team of 23 spread across 7 different countries. Our base is in Berlin. So we are an international ed tech startup, and we want to offer tech boot camps to populations that might not be able to join other ones. So we make it really accessible for all kinds of populations. And we also have career advising services to help you break into the tech industry. So how we make it accessible, we offer financing plans to fit everyone's budgets. We offer different options for scheduling, so it can fit a wide variety of schedules. And you don't have to have any prior knowledge. We offer pre-work, so there's no enrollment prerequisites. So it can fit anyone's starting point. You can have no prior knowledge or a little bit, or come in with some more experience. So we make it accessible to all kinds of people. Our financing options, we have 3 different financing partners. And so this makes it really easy to pay. You can even pay up to 36 monthly installments. So making it much more manageable and accessible to everyone. I see that there are interests in all different areas. Web development won by 42%, but you guys are a varied crowd. So I just wanted to promote our upcoming workshops that might interest you. Actually, tomorrow, the next one is about front-end development. So those who are in the web development team, you might be interested in joining that. We also have a cybersecurity workshop on Friday on Bash shell scripting. And then we also have an SQL workshop next week on Wednesday. So definitely make sure to check out our website, and you can register for those free workshops as well. And about our upcoming boot camps, we have 2 specialty boot camps starting in November. One is about cybersecurity blue team, and the other one is front-end web development specialty course. Those are starting next month. Well, actually in a couple of weeks. And then the full boot camps are all starting in January. We have the full-time ones and part-time as well. So all of that information can also be found on the website. So to begin with our workshop today about creating or upgrading your LinkedIn profile, I'm just gonna go over, before I forget, actually, sorry. I have a co-host here with me, Kenza. She is our data science teaching assistant. So she'll be moderating the chat, helping me out And if you have any questions, she's also going to be here to help. All right. So for today's workshop, we're going to go through I'm going to walk you guys through on how to create your LinkedIn. So even if you haven't registered yet for the website, we're going to go through that. And then once everyone is registered, we'll go through what is the information that is considered to be important in each section, or the most important sections, why that information is valuable. And then at the end, we'll talk a little bit about keywords to use in your LinkedIn profile. So to begin, for those of you who don't have a LinkedIn yet, you can go to linkedin.com. And this screenshot I have here should be what you see. You can sign up with your email and create a password and go through those steps to register your email. But for those of you who already have, oh, I just saw the chat. Thanks, Dania. For those of you who already have a LinkedIn, just let me know in the chat. You can send a little wave emoji. And so we can do a little poll while we wait for everyone else to register. Okay, I see a lot of hands. Wrong emoji. That's fine. The waving or the palm one. Okay, great. So I'll upload the next poll. So the first question I want to ask is, when did you make your LinkedIn? Was it recently, in the past couple months? Has it been a little bit of time, like maybe this past year? Or has it been a while, like more than a year ago? You made it and haven't really quite gotten a lot of use of it. Maybe you have and you just want to upgrade it. When did you make your LinkedIn? So that poll is up there. You can switch over to the poll tab next to the chat. Oh, I see. Some people are answering in the chat. A few months ago, but haven't touched it much. Yeah, my personal experience and kind of what inspired me to make this workshop was when I was an undergrad student. I was part of a club, Women in Business, and they had a workshop on starting a LinkedIn. So it kind of forced me to make my LinkedIn profile. And so I went and I registered, I opened my profile, but I don't think I used it for at least a year. I kind of just had a blank one open there, and yeah, definitely started using it in the past couple years. So that's also kind of what inspired that question. Let's see what the answer is. It's been a while, more than a year ago. So seems like a lot of people might be in that same boat. You made your profile and you're like, okay, I have to have a LinkedIn. Everyone's talking about it. Trinidad, oh, you just made it now. Okay, so the people who are registering, let me know once you've you might have already passed this page to connect with people you know. You can try and invite like 5 people to start off your connections. If you want, you can connect with me. My name is there. Or for people who have a LinkedIn, you can connect with me as well. But just to get an idea of where you guys are at with registering. Oh, thank you, Maya. Send me a thumbs up emoji if you already had your email verified and all that. Okay, Kate, great. Thank you, Lorna, Majo, great. Okay, yeah, I created a profile to get these screenshots and to just get an idea what it takes to register. So I think you just had to verify your email, do a couple of steps. So hopefully you guys have gone through that. All right. And I believe after you have the option to connect with people, you're also going to get this add photo page. If you have a professional photo of yourself, excuse me, I really recommend that you add a profile photo to your LinkedIn. Data shows that if you have one, your profile is 7 times more likely to be viewed. So it's super important, making yourself seem real, having a photo of yourself. If you don't, no worries. Like after this session, I'm going to have a checklist for you. And the first thing on the checklist is to make sure you have a professional photo taken. I mean, you can take it yourself, professional photo, I mean, just a blank background and your face clearly seen. So that'll be the first thing to do. But if you already have one, you can add your photo there. And yeah, then the next after registering is recommended sources that you can follow. Feel free to follow some of those that they recommend. But let me know when you're fully done with registering. You should have your profile set up and we can start to go through the different sections. All right. So we don't have to get all the thumbs up again. I'll just assume, is there anyone who's still registering or is still doing something to register for their LinkedIn? Speak now. Okay, in the chat. All right. So I'll assume everyone has their profile, even if it's from before, if you just made it now. And we'll start going through the key sections that I wanted to go over. The first one is your headline. So the headline section, I'm going to share my screen really quickly and just show you what I mean by the headline. So yes, I made this profile to do a little test run. So your headline shows up here right underneath your name. And that is always going to be showing up there. So you can go click on this button here to edit intro. You can even add your pronouns here. Headline, here's where you can edit that. So back to the presentation. This is really important to take advantage of. It shows up everywhere. So when people search your name on LinkedIn, they're going to see your name, and right next to it, they're going to see your headline. It also shows up in Google searches. I had fun. I went on Google and I searched my name, and the first thing that appeared is link to my LinkedIn, and then right next to it said career services specialist. So definitely make sure that you have you edit that. It does give you one automatically, but it's not the strongest one, and it's a great place to take advantage and put in some keywords. So we're going to talk about keywords later, about how to figure out what they are for your industry. But some things that you can include in your headline first would be your job title, or if you're a student, your student title, like student at CodeLabs Academy, your area of expertise, specialization, your technical skills. You can include a call to action if you're looking for a job or internship, or you can put your values, something to kind of make yourself stand apart and be really specific about what you have knowledge in or what you're looking for. So some examples I have up here. We have here Amir, who is a developer. They put JavaScript developer, experienced, that's a good keyword, seeking full-time opportunities. So they're really straightforward what they're looking for. Kevin, software development student, 22 has his graduation date on there. So this is all basically information that is going to be the first thing they see, and so you want it to be eye-catching. So if a recruiter is searching for someone who has experience in Java as a JavaScript developer, they're most likely going to want to look at Amir's profile because they know right off the bat that they have that. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes to go in and edit their headlines. I'll leave these sample ones up, but go ahead and come up with something that fits you right now. If you're a student, if you're currently employed, or whatever other information you want to put up there. And when you have that, and if you feel comfortable to share in the chat, I'd love to see what you guys come up with. So go ahead and share that when you have it. I'll come up with one for my fake profile. Okay, I'll go ahead and share the fake profile headline I came up with. So I have here professor at CodeLabs Academy, tech teaching specialist, engaging remote classroom experiences. So including some keywords, engaging, remote. Feel free to share the ones you came up with, but if not, we can go ahead and keep going. Okay. I'll assume you guys, oh, we got one. Yay. Thank you, Francisco. Photographer, interaction designer. Thank you for sharing. Yes. Okay, so you guys can also have some more time after this workshop to think of your headlines. And yeah, also I recommend checking out other people's profiles and you can get some ideas for headlines there too. Oh, I see Haley added one. Thank you. Oh, okay. Google Ads campaign specialist. I like it. Can add more too if you want to take advantage of the character limit, but that's great. Georgia State University, interested in cybersecurity, data science, data analytics. Great. Leela, MERN stack developer. Okay, you guys are coming in. Thank you. Customer service representative. Great. So yeah, make sure you take advantage and include other things as well. I know maybe with just a couple minutes, it's not a lot of time to think, but Yeah, you can make this more unique, more your own. So having your job title is a great start, but can add other things as well. But thank you guys for sharing. I appreciate it. So I'm just not talking into the void. So summary section is the next section we're going to go over. It's the next one that people are going to see. So if they go to check out your profile, they're going to see after your name and profile photo and your headline, it's going to be the about section. So this is a great place to introduce who you are so you can express yourself a little bit more, find a way to set yourself apart. Some things you can include here are a summary of your professional or educational background, talking about how you got into your profession, you know, what your story is, like how did you get to this, why you're interested in it, just making it more professional or more personal. Um, you can also share accomplishments that you're proud of, some technical skills, your interests, extracurricular activities that you do, anything that you think is going to make you that you think is important for people who uh, are looking to hire in your field. I would include it. And some tips. You can make it more easily readable using bulleted lists. You don't have to use bulleted lists, but it does make it more readable. But you can also do some storytelling, writing it out in a paragraph, having it have like a certain flow to make it more personal. Again, using keywords for your desired industry. This is a good spot to include those in. So I'm going to show you guys some examples. So here we have one part of an example. They took advantage of using bullet points, and it kind of works like the descriptions you have in your resume. So help teams at Nike to improve their business-to-business selling process by providing information, architectures, talking about things that this person has done in prior work. So kind of this is the first thing that they're going to see, or one of the first things they're going to see in your profile. So just getting right off the bat, showing off your best so that they are interested in reaching out to you, or um, they know a bit more about you. This is the second part to that. And so this person actually also included media links to projects they've done. That is also a really great idea. If you have links to projects, definitely include that in your profile. If someone is interested, they'll easily be able to click on it and see your work firsthand. So I think this profile example is about a UX designer. So she has linked some of her previous projects, which is great. Here we have another example about a software developer. Here it reads more of a story, more personal. So ever since I was a little kid, software development has been my passion. I remember sitting in front of this computer. So you can make it more like a story, more like a narrative, instead of using bullet points. These are all suggestions, and you can just decide what feels best for you, what feels more comfortable. Yeah, we have one more example. Here's another one that uses storytelling. Also, guys, I didn't say it before, but if you'd like to take screenshots of these, or feel free, so you can refer back to it when you have more time after this to really dedicate to making a good summary section. But here we see at the end of her about section, she has a list of technical skills. So that's really great. Those are also some keywords, so that will help her come up in the searches when recruiters are looking for people with those abilities. But yeah, again, we're going to talk more about keywords at the end. So I'll share my screen really quickly. I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to find it, but in case you don't, when you are editing your profile, you always go to this button here. And, oh, that's false. That's just for your introduction. My bad. Let's see, where is the About section that you can edit? Okay, so if you have a new profile, add profile section, here we go. Add your About section. So here's where you would add the summary. And as you see, you have 2,600 character limit. So, I mean, don't write a book. I wouldn't use all 2,600 characters, but do take advantage, get in all the best information about yourself. Don't feel shy. This is the place to kind of have a highlight and introduce yourself. And it's also really neat with here, you can find what are the different profile sections. So next we're going to talk about education and experience. But there are a lot of sections. So I recommend afterwards going through and seeing which ones you have that you could add to your profile. And the more you have, the more full your profile is. So there's nothing wrong with having more. So we'll go back to the presentation. Oh, it's muted. Are you able to hear me? It might have been because I was sharing the screen before.
Yes, I think the issue is just with some profiles.
Okay, it was before. Great. Thank you guys. Yeah, I was just showing you where to go on LinkedIn to add an about section. But hopefully you figured that out based on what I was doing. We're going to talk about now some other sections you can include. So these are kind of like the core ones, your education and your experience. So with education, you can use this to expand your network. So once you've added your university, you're going to come up in searches or you're going to come up for your alumni. So other people who are connected to that university might be recommended to you, or they'll just be higher up in their search hierarchy. So that's really important to connect so that your network will grow with that. And when you're including your education, you'll have your university, the years that you attended. If you'd like, you can also include relevant university courses. So this might be helpful if you're a student and you don't have a ton of experience yet. You can talk about the courses that you took during your education, and that would be a good replacement if you don't have experience yet. And then in the experience section, don't be scared if you don't have work experience. You can include all kinds of work. So if you have any volunteering or any side projects, any freelancing work, feel free to include that as well, and describe them. So in a resume, when you have your experience section, underneath you would have a few bullet points describing the job. You can do the same in LinkedIn. So those are accomplishment statements. So describing what you did at the job, maybe describing the company if it's relevant. You can also include links, again, like I said before, to projects or videos that you did in that position. So that's for your experience section. Then some other sections that I included, there's a ton, as I was showing before, but you didn't hear me. When you go on LinkedIn, on the top, there's add profile section, and you can see all the different ones. So they have core sections, recommended one, and additional. So there's a lot of different things. I recommend you check it out and see which ones you have. It doesn't hurt to have more sections, the more you can put, the more complete and the better picture people will have of who you are. So for honors and awards, you can also add that. It just adds credibility to your profile. Skills, I definitely recommend, and it's probably in the recommended section in LinkedIn. Try adding at least 5 skills. And then with LinkedIn, what they do is you can get your skills endorsed. So people who have seen you presenting would be able to endorse your presenting skill. People who have worked with you in a team would be able to endorse your team skills. So once you have connected with people, with classmates, coworkers, old bosses, or clients, you can add skills and then invite them to endorse them. So I have skills that have been mostly endorsed by classmates because I added them when I was a student, and we would all invite each other to endorse each other's skills. Um, so yeah, definitely add that. I also have here certifications. If you have any certifications, I know that's really important with cybersecurity. You can add that to your LinkedIn profile. Recruiters are going to check it out, and if that's a requirement for the job or if that looks good to them, that'll be a plus to have that there already. And then courses, if you want to add, if you did any extra courses like a boot camp, you can show off your boot camp experience there. I see there's a question here from Maya. If I transition to a completely new field, would it still be relevant to put my old skills in addition to my new skills, even though they're not related to my new field? I would recommend that on LinkedIn, yes. Different story for your resume, because your resume, you really want to tailor it to what job you're applying for. But on LinkedIn, it really doesn't hurt to have all of your work experiences, all of your old skills. You never know what skills might be transferable to the new field that you want to work in. And it doesn't hurt to have it. It's not like a resume that someone is only going to be looking at for 10 seconds. Um, so I would recommend having it there. I hope that helps. And finally, for using keywords. So, like with resumes, we'll do that. Great. There's a lot of keywords for different industries. So, instead of giving you guys a list of a bunch of keywords that you may or may not find useful, I'll give you instructions on how to find keywords. So if you have a job in mind, or you're really interested in a specific specialty or specific field, I recommend checking out profiles of professionals in those roles. So you can type in the name of the job role that you're interested in, and looking at profiles. Once you have expanded your network, you'll be able to look at profiles. And you can see what are the keywords, what words keep coming up, which technical skills do they keep listing, and try to identify what you see there. And then you can integrate them into your own. You can also find resources online. So if you are looking for a specific role, try and see if there are keywords already on some resource. So you can look for LinkedIn keywords for front-end developers and find out what those are, and try to include them in your profile, in your summary, in your headline. But something that's important, don't overuse it. So if there's a list of like 50 top keywords for that role, don't include all 50. It just is going to be too much, Try and use them in a way that's natural, that's honest as well. If you don't have experience in all the different uh, programming languages that are found in the keywords, don't include that, obviously. So yeah, this is going to be great because it'll just uh, make you come up faster in searches. So the way that the algorithm works for LinkedIn is that when recruiters are searching for these, the more keywords that are matched in your profile, the higher up in the search you'll appear. it's also really important to have a big network. So connect as much as possible with people, connect with people in the field you're interested in. If you attend events, make sure to connect with people afterwards. The more people you have in your network, then the more external connections you have. So if you have a first-hand connection with someone, then you'll be able to view the profiles of all of their connections. So just ever expanding and really useful when you're looking to find a job. So now we have some time for questions. If anyone has any questions, just go ahead and write them in the chat. Great, Lorna. Yes, everyone should connect with each other on this. Put in your LinkedIn there. I will go and accept everyone who invited me. And if you have a moment, I'm going to put in a button for you guys to fill out a survey about how this workshop was for you. All right, it should appear in the left corner feedback form link. We really appreciate if you take just a minute to give us some feedback, tell us what you're interested for future career workshops. And before I forget, I'm going to give you guys a handout. All right, so next to the polls tab, there's also a handouts tab. You can download the post-workshop LinkedIn checklist. So this could be helpful for you to just go through different action items that you can do to get your profile in shape. So adding a profile photo, adding your education experience sections, any of the other sections that I mentioned, connecting with people, all of that. And then we also have links to the CodeLabs Academy page that you can follow. And if you're a bootcamp alumni, I just started an alumni group, so request to join that, and that is going to be a group that is growing, and hopefully people will be chatting in there, sharing job opportunities. But it is only for our bootcamp alumni. So if you're not one yet, you can sign up and become one in 3 or 6 months, and then you'll have access to that group. All right, I'm so glad that you guys are sharing your LinkedIn. Also, it's important to mention professional events that you're visiting or participating in. Definitely. Thank you for saying that. One of the great parts of LinkedIn is that you can attend events, you can find events that people are hosting. Like this event was shared on LinkedIn as well, and you can connect with people after that event and grow your network. Great, guys. Any questions? You guys might be all inviting everyone to connect. Thank you, Francisco. Make sure to give me some feedback for our upcoming events. I'll leave this up a bit so you guys have the link for the feedback form. But if you don't get a chance to click it, we will be sending a follow-up email and it'll be included in the follow-up. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to go on my LinkedIn now and accept all of these connection requests. I hope to have.
Bernarda, so someone is asking again for like your name on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah. I'll type it out in the chat so you can copy and paste it. Great. I have request. All right, everyone. Thank you if you've filled out the feedback form. Oh, I see a question. Can the LinkedIn summary be identical to the cover letter or something like that? They're very similar. I would say a cover letter is maybe more tailored to a job that you're applying for or a specific company, but the sections that are maybe just describing who you are and describing your professional background, that can definitely be reused. So yeah, good call, Paulo. Maybe expanding a bit more, just talking about yourself instead of talking about why you would be a good fit for that role. So you can make it more personal in your LinkedIn than you would a cover letter. Okay, guys, thank you so much for attending. We only have 36 people who have clicked on the feedback form, but we'll send it in an email, and I'm going to be signing off. There's no more questions. Thank you. Let me see how to close. Thank you. All right. Good night, everyone.